some tips on how to build a WWE figure collection on a budget and not really having to worry about going over budget very often. So the first tip I have for you is to go to your local Walmart or Target or wherever you think you're going to be buying your figures the most and figure out what line they are at. And the battle packs, which are the double packs like these, this is a battle pack. Also figure out what they are in elite lines and their basic lines. Now if you go out and you see a figure that you really want, go ahead and pick up while you're out there, because sometimes really hard figures to find from certain lines will get taken off the shelves immediately by a lot of scalpers that want to take the figures and sell them for higher amounts. Now once you figure out what line you have out in your local stores, go ahead and go on, I like to use Ringside Collectibles, or even Google sometimes, and just look up what elite sets or lines are coming up next so you can figure out what figures you want from those lines. Now once you figure that out, I would write down a list, like say from the new line that comes out, you want the Mickey James and the Matt Hardy figure from I think Elite 60 that's out right now. So I would write it down somewhere, maybe make a little note on your phone, so next time you see Elite 60 at a store, you know that those are the two figures out of the entire line that you want to pick up. Now it's good to keep track of the figures that you really want, because that way if you see a figure that you're thinking about buying and you know there's still a couple figures coming out that was really high on your get list, it'll make you want to put that figure back more and look forward to the ones that you really want, and that's a good way to stay within your budget. Next tip, go to the store that you're going to buy from the most if you're not going to do it online and ask when they get their Mattel deliveries. Sometimes that's going to be different. I know my local Target gets Lego and Mattel on different days, and those are both in the toy genre. So I would ask, when you get your Mattel deliveries, are they weekly, are they monthly, what day do you typically restock? That way, if you know they're going to restock on a Thursday night, Friday morning, hit up your store before a lot of people will. Most of the elite line or set that you want will be there waiting for you. You don't have to worry about waiting until like 5 or 6 in the afternoon and kind of hoping that figure is still there. Next tip I have is write out how much you want to spend every month on figures. So if you're going to get into figure collecting heavily, I say you want at least $100 budget a month. That will allow you around 3 elites and 2 basics and maybe a battle pack if you can squeeze that in there. Or if you're just into elites, that allows you about 5 elites a month. It's very good to stick to that budget every single month. Yes, there are months that a lot of good figures are going to come out that you're going to want to extend that budget. And there are times that you're going to go over it. And it's okay to go over it, because then you have to tell yourself, okay, next month I can't buy as many. So if you're looking at only getting about 3 figures a month, and say you went to Target and you noticed they had the NXT line, they had the complete set, and that was on your really high I want list, pick up every single one from that set. Do not leave any behind, because you never know if you're not going to run into them again. Then you can tell yourself, alright, I got a big set off of my want list. Next month, I'm not going to get as many figures. I'm going to tone it down just a little bit, and you're still going to stay within your budget, and you're going to build your collection. The best thing about collecting is you want to be satisfied with your collection at any given time. For me, I won't buy as many legends in the collection because I know I'm never going to get them signed by people. I prefer to get figures that I can get signed by wrestlers if I'm going to go to a WrestleMania, or if they get brought by me for a local company. Just like I'm going to be meeting Corey Graves in July. So I went out and I hunt down his first figure. So this is my tip for another figures. Always buy first time in the line figures. So Corey Graves is a first time in the line figure. This is from Series 77. I think their basics are at Series like 80 something now. Finding Series 77 in a store is going to be extremely hard to do, and you're going to be stuck on Amazon or Ringside Collectible, and Ringside Collectible will boost a figure up in price by how much figure collectors are seeking out for it. So that's why I always say pick up the first time in the lines. They're going to at least triple in value, and if you don't want them a couple months down the road, go to your local comic book store. A lot of times they'll buy them back for the price that you paid, or even sometimes more than that, depending on how rare the figure tend to be after a couple months. The last tip I have for you is you want to figure out what kind of figure collector you're going to be. I myself, I like to keep everything in the box. I like to keep it in really great condition. I love to display it, as you can tell on the wall behind me. I love to have them on display, keep them nice and straight, because to me, I want to get them signed. That's my ultimate goal, is to get almost all my figures signed one day. And then there's the collectors who want to open them up, play with them, make arenas, like Undisputed Brotherhood does that, and Deshaun rocks 10 on here. They buy figures, they open them up, they edit them, they'll take wristbands off, they'll cut wristbands, make them more realistic to figures. That's another form of collecting figures. Once you figure out what person you want to be, if you want to keep them in box or if you want to take them out and open them, that will also help you figure out what figures you want. Sometimes you want the most up-to-date Roman Reigns figure. Roman Reigns is going to get elite once every 3 to 4 lines, if not more than that. So you know, about once every 2 to 3 months, you're going to end up getting a new Roman Reigns figure just to update your collection. That is a very good thing to know when you're going into figure collecting. And my last, but certainly not least tip, is to have fun doing it. The moment you start not having fun and really stressing over, like, oh, I missed this one figure from the Elite line I really wanted, don't worry about it. Your local stores, especially around a holiday time, like Easter, Christmas, and the summertime, honestly, I don't know why summer is a good spot for this, they will bring back lines from a couple series ago that they maybe ordered but didn't want to put out because they got a newer line up, because they know that these times of the year people are more willing to buy older figures than just get the newer ones. So don't stress out if you accidentally miss someone from a line that you really want. But overall, I hope these tips will help you become a great figure collector. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, because as always, more to come.